You are now listening to After Duty Hours presented by KMC First 4. As always, I'm your host, Renee Flores Jr. Okay, we're keeping that still. If you're new to listening, same as always, this podcast has no affiliation with the U.S. government, U.S. military, or anything else for that matter. I have a special guest here from the KMC First 4, kind of the top four of their organization. I've got the secretary, Cassandra Rezac.
Yes, also known as Cassie.
Also known as Cassie. Yes. I've been calling her Cassie for like the longest.
Which is good. Yes.
I actually been calling most of y'all by y'all's first name. I know that's probably like a bad habit.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because I mean, that's kind of, for me, I kind of like Flores. So like whenever I go home, like it's kind of weird to hear my name. I'm like, or like even when I get introduced with people here that I don't even know at all, like if I'm out with my wife and she's like introducing me to like her friends or whatever, they'll give me their handshake. I'll be like, oh, I'm Flores, and they'll be like, Flores, and she was
funny.
like, Renee. And so like, yeah.
She's like, he's got a name too.
Yeah. So I'm happy to have you on here. I feel like we kind of strayed away a little bit from the KMC First 4, but rest assured, these are the people behind the KMC First 4 podcast After Duty Hours. They are the ones that kind of set me up for success, as well as my team. This episode, more or less, maybe a little less mentorship, but more kind of just chill, laid back, getting to know you, maybe know your little position, because I know that the term is coming to an end soon. When y'all do fiscal year?
Calendar year, so December.
Yeah. So okay, so December. So I really wanted to. I almost forgot. I was like, man, I really need to get them on before it's too late.
Yes.
So that's why I'm kind of getting y'all on now. But if you did not hear before, this is the secretary. Awesome work. Awesome job. What do you think about the podcast so far? That's kind of what I ask my guests every episode.
I think you've done such a fantastic job. I'm so genuinely impressed with, the production quality, the camera, the sound, the fake plants, the everything.
Oh, shout out to the plants.
Yeah, shout out to the plants. Except I was getting a little too close for comfort with this plant.
They've been moving like
move on their own.
Yeah, we don't own them, so when we come back, they're kind of not in the same place. So I mean, that's all cool and all. So, but they're still here. We got Courtney to thank for that. Ever since episode 1, those plants will forever be in our hearts.
Yes, and you've had some really great conversations with the podcast, especially with Chief Kelly and as well as Amanda Martinez. So
we're trying to get her back on. She already asked to get another shot. I said,
I hope so.
Yeah, let's talk December. I mean, we have a scheduled out. I mean, we're kind of booked up until December, to be honest.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's like 3 episodes a month. So it gets filled up pretty quick. We're looking to move our recording dates on Monday. But enough of that. Let's get right into kind of getting to know who Cassie is. So give us like the whole spiel, like where you grew up, how you grew up, how was the family, how many family members were living in your house, just kind of the basic stuff.
The basics. So like Renee said, my name is Cassie and I'm the KMC First 4 secretary, and I grew up in New Mexico. I'm one of the very rare ones. There's only 2 million of us. So if you meet someone from New Mexico,
nice.
It's a small state, that's for sure. So I have a little brother, so he's actually 5 years younger than me. And then lived with both my parents, and I absolutely love the outdoors. I love traveling, exploring. So after high school, I went to Arizona State. So Barrett Honors College, which is in Tempe, so outside of Phoenix. So just moved next door because that's all my mom really wanted me to do. She's like, if you're going out of state, you're going 6 hours away. That's it. Then after that, I joined AmeriCorps Vista, which is Domestic Peace Corps, actually. And then found that I really enjoyed public service. So then after, I looked into commissioning first, but found there wasn't a board when I applied, which was during COVID. And so I decided to enlist because there's just so many great opportunities in the Air Force. So now I'm pursuing my master's degree in which is really crazy, IT project management. And ironically, I suck at computers. I suck at IT.
Yeah.
So I'm learning because it is the future of the world. Like that setup right there is so complicated to me because I don't understand anything.
It's just
but
plugging up stuff. That's all it
It's
really
just
is.
plugging things. So trying to figure out like where things go and trying to figure out like what makes a computer run. So really excited.
I'd definitely be calling Marcy whenever I'm like, I installed a virus. I was like, Marcy,
You
help me get rid of this
installed a
virus on accident. I was trying to.
Did you click
Wait,
a
should I say
phishing
this?
link?
I was just trying to play a game.
Oh no.
That's pretty much it. And then I think we spent like what?
Dude,
Like
we
5
spent
hours.
like 45 minutes trying to figure it out.
Nah,
It
more than that.
gotta be
Remember
more
we
than
we
that.
found
We
the
had to go
Indian
back
guy,
to it. Yeah, it was bad.
the Indian guy, and then we screen recorded, and then we went out to eat, and
was
then we
really
were like
bad.
looking. I was like, oh dang, it's almost done, because we were trying to find. Oh no, that was something else. Oh my gosh, that was actually the recording that got deleted.
There's multiple instances of
Oh, no.
viruses.
Yeah, I'm the worst. I was so good at not doing that. It was only when I got my PC, and that's only happened like twice.
What are you using your PC for?
He's like,
I was trying to play The Sims 4. Long story short. But okay, that's awesome. Like, how far are you into getting your master's right now? Have you taken a break? Or are you still pushing?
I took a really long break actually. So I took a year-long break. Just a lot of things came up and trying to balance master's classes with work, and of course, like in the Air Force, your job, comes first.
Yeah,
I am taking my next class in September. Computer Systems Architecture.
Are you doing one at a time, or
I took 2 last time. And
how was that?
Awful.
Awful.
Because master's classes, like one is basically 2 regular bachelor's classes. So it's a lot of,
Wow.
it's very time intensive. It's a lot of writing, a lot of essays, a lot of, analytical writing, which sucks. So,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
I mean, I couldn't even do. Why? I don't want to sell myself short, but like I feel like if I did apply myself back when I was in college, I could have. When I was full time and that was all I had to do, I could probably do that. Now I'm kind of like looking back and being like, dang,
hard.
now that I want to do it now, I have all this other stuff now. I got a baby on the way. I got a wife. I got my work.
Yes.
Like I got responsibilities. So now,
And the podcast and everything else you
so
do.
I mean, I would definitely take advantage of your time, but I didn't know that you had a bachelor's degree already. That's really
Yes.
cool. I hope to get one day. All my family have one. Well,
Awesome.
me and my sisters.
Well, you got time because the reality is like not everyone does it in 4 years. Like the 4-year degree, it's just whenever time works for you. And what would you want your degree in?
That's actually a good question. The interviewee has become the interviewer.
Yes.
Well,
you
that's fair.
talking.
That's a fair question. I'll go ahead and answer that. To be honest, I don't know. I have a lot of passions. I feel like it's sad to say, but I want to be financially stable enough to provide for my family. And people say there are some degrees out there that will not accommodate for those things.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that some of my passions lie in some of that. But I mean, like if I wanted to get into videography and stuff like that, and like just content wise, maybe I can get on, a team that does that. I mean, I have a tattoo, 100 Thieves. They have a content team. They have a whole, it's a esports organization, but like it's a company now. Like they hire people on to do this kind of stuff. So it's like, if I do that, what are the chances of me? It's like those type of things. You got to catch the right wave.
Like, and you got to know the right person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like, that's one of my passions. But if I were to do anything, I'd probably do something, maybe some engineering. I don't know which though. I attempted chemical engineering. Wasn't my thing. I do like math. I feel like math is straightforward. Like you get your answer. It's just trying to figure out that answer that
is
most struggle with. Whereas like with reading, surprisingly, like you can say the text can read like the author stared out the window and the blue skies were whatever, and then like the question is, how did the author feel? Now most people would be like, oh, the author's sad, but another question has to do with sad too, or like,
and what did the blue sky symbolize? And you're like, a blue sky?
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah,
it's not straightforward,
No, it's
so
not.
I mean, like I felt like that was kind of my struggling point, so that's why I gravitated towards math. And I feel like that's how people are nowadays. They're either good at reading or English, whatever the class is, and then you got your mathematicians or whatever.
Yes, that is true. There's a lot of great jobs out there if you enjoy math, but definitely, like, if you have the chance, dabble with, Air Force, cool too, because you can get a lot of different certs. So before you dive into a degree, because I'm like you, I have a lot of different passions. So I did research on career because I was like, what do I want to do? I have a business degree with a concentration of global politics as my bachelor's. And I was like, okay, what do I do for my master's? And so I didn't know how much I would love project management. I'm obsessed with it. But I did research and found out that project management in the next 10 years, it's an aging career field.
Yeah.
So what that means is, like, in the next 10 years, most people are going to retire. So it's going to have this like crazy effect where they need tons of project managers. So you don't even have to have the PMP certification. You just have to have some sort of like class experience. So that's why, I'm doing it. There's good money there and it's something I enjoy, but it definitely took a lot of research and talking to the college advisors, being like, okay, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? And, I've changed my mind multiple times. So.
Yeah, I think this is good talking points. Like I said, most of these episodes, I mean, with the younger airmen that we have on here, we don't try to focus too much on the mentorship, but it just comes out because we can all kind of learn something from each other. And I think doing the research and actually utilizing the resources we have here on base, in the military, they're there for a reason, and I mean, you're paying for it some way or another, so you might as well kind of take advantage of that. Like, I mean, I still need to go see like a finance person to kind of get the budget, like those contracted ones. Like I would want to get a budget together, and especially with the education advisors as well. What is that, Maryland? Are they like the University of Maryland people?
So, the UMGC, so that's where my degree is through them.
Okay.
So,
did you get that? Did you get your bachelor's in here? Or
Arizona State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then I'm getting my master's with UMGC,
okay.
Which is great because it's all online. And UMGC started out, I think it was like 70 years ago, overseas. So they are a spinoff of University of Maryland College Park, so the main campus. And they, primarily serve military members. So they came after World War II to, give access to education. They would have teachers from University of Maryland, come overseas to teach on bases. So that's how they got their roots. And so now they have like a huge online platform. So it's a creditable university and really great. I've loved all my classes so far.
Yeah. How are the times like?
So it's online, so it's self-paced. But I will admit, sometimes it sucks when you're doing like a group project because my group was based on East and West Coast. So the only time that worked was 3 a.m.
Of the states?
Yeah, East and West Coast of the states.
Oh.
So the only time that worked for them to meet was 3 a.m. my time. So we compromised on Saturday. So I'd go to sleep and wake myself up at either 2 or 3 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
And then we'd have to like talk for an hour, get our stuff together, and then I'd go
like
back to
on
sleep.
like.
Yeah, and that was a whole semester. So
like
I
on
got
Uvu?
really screwed
Remember
up.
Uvu? Hey, you remember? Y'all don't know Uvu?
I remember Ubu, but I choose not to.
So just no. Well, what are we using now in the COVID times? What blew up? Oh, what was it
Google
called? I used it for
Hangouts?
FTAC.
Zoom.
Yeah, so that's what y'all use?
Yeah, we use it.
Okay, man, that's one thing I was always thinking about, like because I don't know when I'm going to start classes. I might start classes on my next base, which is hopefully next fall semester, so next year from now.
That would be really awesome.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of enjoy the time that I have of not doing that extra responsibility with school, because I feel like even when I do start, I gotta start like with 1 or 2 classes, maybe even 1, because if I can handle 1, then I can move to 2, but I don't want to go to 2 and then like find out I can't handle it, because I don't even know how online classes, I don't even know how I learn best. I think it's hands-on, so I think online is going to kind of suck for me.
Yes, there are hybrid classes, though. So UMGC has, especially for undergrad programs, they have a lot of, like, in-person classes. So it's, like, the best of both worlds. You meet once a week, and it's usually on, Saturday or something. So then you'd have to give up your weekends, which would suck. But then you'd be getting
Where would you go? You're going like somewhere
Um,
here?
Yeah, it's on base. So
Oh, I didn't.
so UMGC has its own like university staff as well as I can't remember the other universities Ramstein has. There's 2 other universities stationed here.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have classrooms inside the education center. So sometimes they'll have once a week classes for people. So
Okay.
it's like major ones like finance, any type of math classes like those ones. So
Mhm.
mine is not offered just because it's a grad level.
Yeah, dang.
But so that would definitely help you, especially if you're a hands-on learner. So
Yeah, I mean, thank you for the insight. I think just like this little bit of information, or just like confidence in actually the Maryland
yes.
school education, like, cause I see it all the time, like on base.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I feel like I don't know why I feel like scam,
Scary.
but I'm being
It's-
ridiculous.
No, but it's true. You see it all the time, but you just
Yeah.
don't have that connection. You're like, does anyone actually use it?
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
when
exactly.
some companies like advertise a lot, you start to lose trust. You're like, what are they trying to like?
Yeah, because they
hide?
really do push.
Yeah,
Really,
they
some
do.
some people
Mhm.
actually, some like hit up my wife to enroll, and like
Mhm.
like push like every so
Yes.
week, or like every month she was getting like a message. So hey, you think you thought about enrolling yet, or you should
It's
stop
just
by
like,
the
what is
office or whatever. We can
this?
talk about like your goals and ambitions and stuff like that. And
Yes.
she's over here telling me like, I don't know about this. Like it's just
Yes.
like you get that stuff over here quite a bit. So that's why I
They're
guess some
not
people.
a scam, so
Yeah.
yes, don't worry.
So-
The advisors there are fantastic. So
Yeah. So I think anybody who's listening, especially the junior enlisted, I mean, ranging from, I mean, just anybody,
Mhm.
if you wanting to pursue your education, I think the opportunity is there, and why not use it?
Yes.
Start off slow, and if it's really something for you, continue it. And now you kind of got firsthand kind of advice from Cassie that you can utilize the people who know what they're talking about and can guide you into where you want to do, and kind of like get you to where your mindset and your goals are. And I think that's very important, getting those answers and seeking out help, and not trying to figure it out yourself. So
Definitely. And if finances are a limitation, so the KMC First Four actually just released
Oh,
our
yeah.
official $1,000 education scholarship. So that's really helpful when Mill TA doesn't cover your full tuition. So for
Yeah.
example, for me, I have to pay $250 out of pocket every time I take a class. And I know there are other students in that situation, which, puts a huge burden on your finances sometimes.
yeah.
So if you want to apply KMC First for courtesy of Airman Scott, we have applications open until September 4th, and you can get awarded it, and we'll go directly to your school. So it's really exciting. It's on our Facebook page, and I emailed it out today. So.
Yeah, we'll definitely put it in the description as well. And Marcy, you can get a timestamp in the bottom corner of when this was taken. We'll probably clip that out, and then you can post it or whatever.
Sounds great.
But okay, that was great. I feel like I still want to get into kind of more of your hobbies. You said you like to do
My
the outdoor.
extreme hobbies.
Yeah,
Yes.
extreme hobbies. This girl probably
Oh
like
my gosh.
what does the high risk activity form maybe like every weekend maybe?
Yes, they gave me one high risk activity worksheet with every single activity I could think of that I may want to do in the next few years.
Oh,
They're
wow.
like, okay, you're just going to have to name all of them. And so every time I think of a new one, I'm like, okay, I need a new sheet. Like, let's see.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
have 2 right now on file, each with like, 10 activities.
Yeah, which
Um,
have you done so far? All 10?
Probably close. So
What are like some of the things you've done so far that you had to have one?
Scuba diving.
Yeah.
So I love scuba diving. And just this summer in July, I actually went to Malta to do scuba diving. They have some of the best scuba diving in the world with shipwrecks because Malta, and I found this out with our guide, Malta was the most bombed country in World War II. And I know it's such a random fact. Malta's a tiny country in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And why is because it was a huge, at that time, it was a British territory. So there was a huge stronghold of British ships. So the British Navy had its base there. And so there's a ton of shipwrecks because of all the bombings.
Oh,
So
wow.
I got to dive 2 of the shipwrecks. I saw an octopus, which I was super excited about. I've always wanted to see an octopus while
that is
diving.
kind of crazy.
It was really cute. And then I got to see cuttlefish, stingray.
How deep did you go?
We went to about 80 feet, I would
80
say.
feet? That is
Yeah.
actually insane.
It is. It's a whole new world, like, Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Plug that in.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
Now that you mention like that, that's like, I don't know, just like being down there. I mean, it had to be somewhat dark, right?
It is actually.
But I mean, I know you have your lights and whatnot.
Yes.
But like, you didn't get like scared that someone was gonna creep on you?
Not really. We also went diving in a cave, and that was like, pitch black. It
Oh
was
my
really cool.
goodness.
And not gonna lie, with a huge tank on my back, like trying to get through the cave.
Yeah, hoping that
passageway,
you don't scrape it.
you just hear a ding, and you're like, ah.
Yeah.
That's why you practice the safety procedures
Yeah.
of like buddy breathing in case
Yeah.
you mess yourself up.
Did they tell you anything about the throwing up part?
Nitrogen narcosis. That's if you like surface too fast. And
No, I
then,
mean like you had to throw up and you're like 80 feet like down there. I was watching
no.
TikTok and
Okay.
that fact came up. They said like it's better for you to throw up because because your natural instinct when you throw up is to breathe in. So if you do that right there,
Oh gosh. Okay,
yeah, they said it like somehow it filters out. I don't know the mechanism behind all that, but like, hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Oh
so
gosh, that's really funny.
yeah,
It's one of those things that you hope you never run into.
yeah.
I think a lot of people's like biggest issue with it is actually the mask. So a lot of times you'll get water in your mask and you'll forget that like even though you can't see, you can still breathe. So people panic, and that's why you.
Oh, because they can't see nothing.
Yeah, because you're like, oh my gosh, I can't see, and so then they stop breathing and they like go
Stop
into panic.
breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Sorry,
they-
that was a Marcy thing. We look.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
stop breathing. Look it up.
That's funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it awkward on you, but I just had to
That's
make
funny.
Marcy laugh because he makes me laugh. Look at him. He's
I
still
want
laughing.
to say the
He's,
quote so bad,
Yeah.
but I can't.
All right. Skydiving. I know you went skydiving.
Yes, I went skydiving. So actually,
I've always wanted to do that.
oh, well, if you want to do it, Outdoor Rec has skydiving every year. And so the chapel actually just went skydiving a few weeks ago. So they have a program, like if you want to stop by Northside Chapel and learn about their skydiving, it's like a morale activity, which is free. And then outdoor,
Free skydiving?
Yeah, free skydiving.
What?
And then I went skydiving with Outdoor
That's really
Rec,
good.
and it was only $50. Plus, then I
Yeah.
bought the $100 video because, like,
You gotta
why
have
not?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
gotta have
mean,
it.
yeah.
And they did
That's
a
a
really
good deal.
job.
I mean, why don't you just Sorry, guys. We got a little notes on it. Wait, yeah, go
Like, my
ahead.
eyes aren't that good.
If you want colors in this or not, about 20 minutes.
Oh, colors? Oh, no. I think we're good. It doesn't really pick up colors.
Not too bad. Yeah, you're good.
No. Okay.
Oh.
But good heads up.
Unsubtle thing I've ever
No, you're good. Good job, Courtney. Everybody, round of applause. Yeah. All right. I had an opportunity to skydive once. I got invited to. It was a coworker's. And when I was a civilian, I worked at Chick-fil-A, and for her birthday, she was gonna do skydiving. So she kind of
Wow.
invited everybody, and I didn't go.
Oh, why didn't you? Did you?
I don't
psych
know why.
yourself
I can't
out,
tell you the
or-
reason. I forgot. I mean, nah. I would have. I'm not scared of that stuff. I mean, my wife will
Good.
tell you I'm a daredevil. Like I can definitely do that stuff, and I usually come out with a broken bone.
Oh no.
Yeah, it happens, but
Oh
it's
my
all right.
gosh.
I mean, there was one time Houston has like a rodeo every year, the Houston
Yeah.
Rodeo. I don't know if you see that on like Twitter, if it kind of leaks into the United States, but like they have a carnival, and I think it's like 100 feet bungee jump, probably a little higher,
Oh,
which is
man.
all right. It's not that bad, but I have multiple years. Like I think I did it 6 years in a row, once at least. And I would just go there and do flips, backflips. I would do the Assassin's Creed like little move where I don't know if you know video games. Yeah,
do.
exactly. The leap of faith is what they called
That's
it.
funny.
But
a bungee jump.
Yeah, I mean,
See, that's where my limit is. I would never bungee jump. Like
Yeah.
I'll skydive any day. Like it was
well, they had like a
fantastic.
big kind of like cushion, like super big. But I mean, I guess if
Yeah.
I mean,
But were you strapped by your ankle or did you have?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't do that. It's
honestly, my
so
first time
hard.
jumping,
Yeah, it's
I
so hard on
jumped
your body.
straight up and with feet down and head up. Man, I don't know if I have the video, but I slinged down.
Oh.
And my mom was actually recording the first one, so you can hear the people were like, "Oh my gosh, like he's gonna sling!" And sure enough, when I reached that point,
Mhm.
my whole body just slinged down, and
my
I was going
gosh.
like I was flopping back and forth. But I learned my lesson. People
And
were
you
like,
still did it again?
"Well, not that time, but I
Or,
did
yeah,
it the next year."
Because then by that time,
yeah,
you'd
I
forgotten.
started working, so I started making my own money. So like
there you go.
$80. Yeah, $80
Bring
was a
it.
lot, but I had to do it. So
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you
Yeah.
had that experience.
I mean that feeling of just like that rush. I mean, now I see
Yes.
why you do it. So I
Yes.
mean, like that skydiving is probably on another level, especially when you start gliding towards the end, because you're not gonna pop the
Yes.
chute like
Oh, it's fantastic.
2,000 feet up in the air. You're gonna pop it like way earlier.
Yes.
When do you usually pop it? Like 10,000?
I'm trying to think. So we jumped at 13,000 feet,
Oh.
and then I think we popped the parachute at about I think
Six?
It's like, probably 6,000 or
Yeah.
so. But so you're falling for quite a while, like free fall, and you're going 180 miles per hour, which like
Do you have some
sounds
videos?
Crazy. I do have videos. Yes.
We should. You gotta send me this video as soon as possible. Like
I
if you can
will.
add it like
Yes.
on a drive,
Yes.
give that to me, and we're gonna insert it right here.
Oh.
All right, we're back. That fast, whatever. I'll edit that in. What's the timestamp on that, by the way? But let's continue. What else? What
Other
else did you do?
Okay, so skydiving.
Skydiving,
so I
scuba diving.
tried skydiving, parasailing, paragliding. I have yet to do hang gliding, which I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Out of all of those, skydiving was by far my favorite.
Yeah.
Parasailing, my dad freaked me out and told me he saw a shark, and I was like, no, it's totally fine. There's no shark. And because they were lowering us to the water, because like parasailing is behind a boat, and he's like, no, there's a shark. And he kept saying it so much that by the time we were getting down, I was freaking out. So there's a
Yeah.
photo of me holding my feet like all the way up,
Yeah.
and my dad was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good time. I did see
Yeah.
a turtle. And then paragliding, I went with Edelweiss, which is actually the military resort down by Garmisch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually really cheap. So if you ever want to go paragliding over the Alps, like that's the place to do it with.
I feel like this is a good episode that like all the little
Yes.
secrets. Like, do you have anybody else that was military in your family?
I don't actually. So
No.
my grandpa was a Korean war vet, but for my immediate family, no.
Oh, I was gonna say like all the ins and
Yes.
outs. I remember. I mean, I think I follow this guy on TikTok. He's like, I can't describe. I mean, he's got glasses.
So,
That
you
narrowed
know,
it. that narrowed it
60%
down.
of the
Yeah.
population.
Bro, that's just-
But he like lists
Yeah.
military benefits on like if you have
Dang.
military benefits, you can check out this cruise. They do like a discount or like a Disney resort or like like I follow him, but I haven't had the chance to kind of do that. I feel like
Yeah.
most of the stuff he offers is stuff that you have to take advantage in the States.
That's true.
So-
And we are in Germany, and so we're literally a 5-hour drive from Edelweiss, and people come all over the world to go to that military resort.
Yeah.
So it's $129 per night for E1 through E6, I think.
Mhm.
So it's really cheap. It's like a 4-star resort.
Yeah.
So
What do they have? Is just like a theme park and a water park, or is it
No, it's just a normal, hotel with
like
they have a
they got like a
full,
lazy river or something?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
They do have a really cool hot tub.
Okay, that's it.
A large hot tub and a spa service. They have
No.
a full spa service. and it's on the slopes. So actually, if you go in the winter, there's skiing, and if you go in the summer, there's like all of the different Neuschwanstein is there. So that's the Disney castle. There's paragliding. There's all different types of activities.
Yeah.
Like right there. So through the resort, it's really cool. They help you book them really
Yeah.
cheap.
That's really cool. I think you travel definitely a lot. When did you get here?
I got here September 2021.
September 2021.
So I'm coming on
Dang.
2 years.
Whenever that thing went down, yeah, that was crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You gotta remember what I'm talking about. 2021
What day?
September. Like
COVID.
No.
Oh.
24-hour ops.
That thing.
That thing. You know what I'm
like
talking
so
about? That
many
thing.
things have happened.
Well, I mean, the
That
whole
thing.
world knows.
That
OAR.
thing.
Yeah,
that thing.
Yeah, everybody knows. I mean, there's articles.
COVID?
Okay, Tigger. I'm trying to abide within my
Oh my-
ROEs here. But then I realized, I mean, like, but that must have been crazy for you, by the way.
Yes.
You just got the
seeing
tail
it.
end of it, or
I did. I got
whatnot.
the tail end,
Yeah.
which
Well, good
was
for you.
crazy to see.
Yeah. But you've been here ever since then, and how many places would you say you've kind of explored? Are you like every weekend?
Yes, every long weekend at least, because
Yeah.
like we have the great opportunity for 4-day weekends, which is
Mhm.
awesome. Because in the States you don't get that. You never have a family day tied in with your holiday. So
Yeah,
I've
that's
been to
another thing,
probably
yeah.
10 or more countries since I've gotten here, but I've been to like 20
A lot of
countries.
locals.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of the same ones. over
Stuff
and
that you
over.
can kind of like
Yes.
revisit and stuff
So
like that.
I'm like reaching a point where it's hard because I've been to 30 countries. I think 25 of them are within Europe. And I'm to the point where it's like, how do I get to the other countries? Because you have to go through the FCG and you have
Yeah.
to like figure out, okay, where can you travel and stuff. So it's to the point where traveling
Have
is
you
hard.
used RTT Travel at all?
I have. I love RTT and
Yeah.
Eurotrip Adventures. So I just booked the most amazing trip with Eurotrip Adventures to Finland. It's over New Year's, and it is a Northern Lights tour with like dog sledding, the husky mushing. And we're going up
Yeah.
to Lapland, which is like the northern tip of Finland, for a week. And so I'm really excited about
Yeah,
that.
I feel like we're really like with traveling. I really think it helps having a plan, and whenever
Yes.
you book something like that from RTT Travel or whatever you just said,
There's an itinerary.
yeah, there's an
Mhm.
itinerary, so
Yeah.
you're actually doing stuff. And I feel like when you
Exactly.
go the spontaneous route, you kind of like get almost lazy.
Yes.
Like you wake up later, or you're kind of just
Or you
doing the
stay
same
out
thing.
too late at
Yeah, you're doing
night.
the same thing.
Yeah.
You're just drinking at a different location, then you come back,
Yeah.
you eat, you look at something, and it's like I feel like you get more involved when you put yourself in these trips. So
Definitely.
I mean, that's my best advice to anybody really trying to jumpstart their traveling. RTT Travel wasn't a thing during COVID here. It was before, obviously, but they've been up for a while now, and I feel like if you can afford it and you see something that you like, I would definitely take advantage of it, especially if you're a single airman. You can definitely go do that type of stuff and then go with your friends or whatnot.
I think that's such great advice because literally, and that's how I made friends when I first got here. So
Yeah. Y'all
my
travel
first
together?
week, yeah, but I actually go by myself a lot of times, and I
Uh-huh.
meet friends along the way.
Yeah, because y'all go on the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
okay,
bus.
yeah.
So there's a lot of single travelers that go by themselves, and then you just band together, and voila, you have friends.
Yeah.
So my very first weekend here, I went on one of RTT's tours because I didn't have a car yet. So I know a lot of you new E1 or E4 like don't have cars yet when you first
Yeah.
get here, which I don't blame you because driving in Germany takes some time to get used to.
Yeah.
And so those bus tours are just fantastic, like through RTT and through Outdoor Rec. So I went on a lot of them, like every single weekend I would go, and that's how I built up my community here, which is awesome. And I've been to a lot of really cool places because of it.
Yeah. Man, I really need to do some traveling before I go, but I think I am a little too late. And
never
it's
too
funny
late.
because it's funny because they said you're gonna regret it, not and maybe so, but I'm looking for a long career in the military, and who knows, I could be overseas again. I know
Yes.
they say like, oh, it's gonna be hard to get back, but I mean people have done it. I'm just gonna do my own thing and kind of do what's best for me and my wife. I mean,
Yes.
she wants to stay, but she understands that I want to go home.
Aw. And where's home again?
It's Texas.
Texas.
You know,
That's-
Texas over NOLA and stuff like that.
Boo.
You know NOLA?
No.
Nobody
New
knows.
Orleans?
Okay, there you go.
That's right.
So let's talk about your. Well, first I want to bring up. I didn't know how I wanted to transition into this, but I wanted to show you that I did my research and whatnot.
Oh no!
But like,
so you Facebook stalked me?
maybe a little bit, but you never know.
Research.
But do you? I want to talk a little bit about tattoos.
Oh.
Cause how
Gosh.
many do you have?
I just have 2.
You just have 2. One
Yes.
of Spooky Sparkles and the other one.
Yes, and the other one of my favorite national parks, so Grand Tetons National Park.
Yeah.
And of a plane and a tent, because those are all my favorite hobbies, so camping and traveling. So.
Yeah. So are cats your just favorite animals?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Spooky Sparkles was my
The
guardian
goat.
angel.
Yeah.
The greatest of all time. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
I have 3 of those at home. 3 black cats.
Oh no way! You have black cats.
Yeah.
3
Here,
black
I'll
cats?
pull up a picture,
Aw.
and then we'll pull it up to the viewers as well.
That is
I do have a picture of all of them. Well, here's all of them right here. I have way more pictures individually, but that's Sabrina.
They're so cute.
Yeah, and that's
Look at
Salem, the
this
oldest
cute.
one, and that's Silas, the smallest, the youngest
Oh
one.
my gosh! You like the
Um,
Halloween names too.
Yeah, my
That's funny.
wife is real big on Halloween.
Oh, that's great.
This is Sabrina.
Aw.
She got the little thing on, and that's Silas,
Oh,
and that's
gosh.
Salem, and then here's another one of Salem. This guy is
Salem.
tanky. Like,
Thank you.
yo, he looks like a panther. Y'all let me know in the comments. Like, look at this picture.
Oh my god.
Look at that. Yo,
He is
look.
massive.
You see this?
And he's not
Look
even
over,
that
Marcy.
chunky.
That boy got that fupa.
You see this? Bro is
Aw.
almost taller than the couch. Yeah.
My
This is
Spooky.
actually when we first got Silas. So this is when he was a
Oh my
baby.
gosh, he's
And that's
so
Sabrina. So 2 boys, 1 girl, and then Salem. He's like I said, he's just diffy.
tiny. Oh, that is so awesome. Yes, I loved mine. She was not tank like, she was chunky. So she
Yeah.
was
Oh,
our
chunky.
She was chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Those
she
are the-
ran, it was so funny because her,
Oh,
little
the
belly.
fupa?
Yeah.
The fupa. Yeah.
It was so cute.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting tattoos of my cats.
Aw.
I don't know
Yeah.
when. I mean, Marcy says I always want to get a tattoo but never commit. It'd be like that. I only got 2. I only got this one and then this one. Even then, this is not even complete.
What does that one stand for?
It's quite a story, and I don't think the military would like me explaining it. But so.
Yes, but all tattoos have a story.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I got mine as a memorial for her when she passed. She was 15, so I mean she was old and she had lived a great life, and so I just wanted something to memorialize her and see every day. But
Yeah.
I will admit, getting a tattoo here was definitely. I wish I could move,
Move it. Yeah.
So it's fine.
People always ask you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks to bring it up just a tad bit. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's good to reminisce, but like
That's
you don't want to
fair.
be reminded all the time because I can't imagine from my cats. I
Yeah,
look
it's
at
hard.
Salem and all them, and I'm just like, dang.
But now I'm known as the crazy cat sitter for my unit, which
Yeah.
is, great because we have a lot of aircrew who are gone a lot. And so I cat sit for them when they're gone. So there's one of my absolute favorite cats to cat sit for, and he is like a tank. He's like 20 pounds and he loves hugs. And he's kind of like, I'm trying to see what
I kind of
of
want to
cat.
meet this cat.
Yeah, he's so chunky. And every time I pick him up, he just wants to give me a headbutt. And like sometimes he nearly breaks
Oh,
my nose.
like that stuff to kind of
Yeah.
mark you
Yes,
as territory.
exactly.
Yeah, I love when they do that.
And then he sheds all over me, and I'm like, okay, like 1 hug is
Yeah.
enough, and then I'm gonna have to put you down because this is ridiculous. And I love cats, but I don't love cat fur.
Yeah, we are cat lovers up here. Forgive me if I'm straying away. I just really gotta show you this video, honestly.
Ooh.
Dang. Marcy, take over just a tad bit. I put you on the spot.
So how's the weather?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
really cold.
Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of weather, actually, this summer was really short.
Way
And
too
awesome.
Short. No, not awesome. What
What?
do
I
you
love the
mean?
cold.
Oh my gosh,
I
moved
found
to
it.
Alaska.
No, I didn't find it. Yes, I found it. All right. Well, we'll give this to the viewers. I'll play it on the side, but not the whole video. So I went on a TDY, and this is Salem. So as you can see, he's doing that rubbing the leg, and you can't see it in the video, but he actually, for the first time in his life, he picks up his arms whenever I try to pick him up.
Yep.
And like that.
Yep.
And then like whenever, because he hasn't seen me in a while, in 2 weeks, and look what he starts doing.
Yep, that's it. That's
Look
what
at, and then he
Teddy
starts
does.
doing this.
Oh my gosh.
He keeps rubbing.
Pure love.
Yeah, he missed me. I
Pure
was like,
love. And he doesn't want down.
yeah.
It is the sweetest thing.
Yeah.
That's what this
I
cat
love,
does.
I love that guy.
Oh, and he like, as soon as I walk in the door, he actually stands up with his paws up, just like that. And he's like, I want up. And I'm like, okay, you want up? And so I'll pick him up, and he doesn't want down. And my back is like, ouch, I need to put you down because I'm holding a 20-pound cat.
Yeah, that's insane. That's got to be expensive move.
It's a big body.
Yeah, Salem was almost like 0.kg away of costing more money, and I looked at it, I was like, nah, man, when we get to Germany,
You're going
I'm gonna
on a
put you,
diet?
you're going on a diet, my friend.
Oh my gosh. One cup of food a day.
Yeah, for sure. Well, no, we do too,
Oh,
but we
wow,
have
see,
like
there you
a
go.
measuring cup or whatever. My
That's
wife did
funny.
the, I sometimes sneak him a little extra scoop. My wife doesn't like that, but
I'm
it
snitching.
make she knows.
Nah,
She
you're
definitely
cooked.
knows. She definitely knows. Before we get into the, your position, secretary and whatnot, you got to help us get Chief Bass on the podcast.
Yes, definitely.
What do y'all think about that? Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be awesome.
I know we've been
Chief
talking about
Bass
it.
could be
That
on the
would be insane.
podcast because she's a 1 Charlie and I am a 1 Charlie. So
Ooh.
aviation resource management. So
Networking,
Chief Bass,
guys.
yes, if you're listening to this, should definitely come out and say hi to us.
Yeah.
1
Defi-
Charlies and KMC First Floor would love to meet you.
Yeah. Send this to her. Or route it up the chain, I guess. I
That's
don't know
true.
how that'll work. But let's talk about secretary because honestly, I feel like it's a popular position, especially in the booster clubs. Everyone,
Yes.
it's secretary is like, so people want to do that.
That is true. That's
so-
probably because they don't know what it entails necessarily.
But if
And-
you're not
If you're not a good writer, then don't do it.
man, I'm telling you, at the meetings, she's like that person in the courtroom, taking note of everything that's being said back and
Oh,
forth the whole time. I'm like, man, I don't know how she does it.
And then
like,
me doing backspace because I
Yeah,
look
yeah.
down and it's just gibberish and I'm like, gosh dang it.
yeah, because she be doing it while looking at the person talking.
Oh yeah, and then I'm like, I need to stop doing this. I gotta
Yeah.
look down.
So, a couple things. What are some of the stuff that you've kind of struggled with in this position so far?
Well, that's a good question. So definitely, I think at first, trying to figure out when I came in, there was no real turnover for the secretary of like how I was supposed to take notes, who I was supposed to send it to.
Yeah.
Because like the big thing with private orgs is you have to have notes and minutes. So minutes every quarter to be in good standing. Otherwise, your private org, gets shut down. And
Because you're not having meetings.
Yes, exactly.
Dang.
Yes. So I had to figure out like, okay, where's a template? So my boss is a great resource. She gave me a template to go from, and then I saw one from the shirts. Actually, my first sergeant gave me one.
Yeah.
So I developed that template into my own. So now I have like the outline for each meeting, and then I have all of the dates I need to send up to the private org quarterly to make sure our organization is in good standing.
Yeah.
And then I also take notes on, the small meetings we have because we have the large general
Yeah.
meetings and then the small exec council, which is our basically work meetings where we get things done.
Yeah.
And so I like taking just the gist. I don't take notes of every single thing someone says because I'm not
Yeah.
that good. I'm not.
Well, I mean, the notes I've
transcribing.
seen beg to differ
Oh,
because it's
gosh,
like,
things
I mean, I'm like, dang.
long. You're like, how did you type this fast?
Yeah.
Pretty slow typer, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, you do a good job, and I feel like if that was your only kind of struggling point was just a turnover, I feel like a lot of people will deal with that. But I've definitely witnessed something with the KMC First Four where the next turnover is going to be better.
It's going to be so smooth, I think, because honestly, all of the 4 execs really want a smooth turnover to leave the organization better than we found it.
Yeah.
We want to leave them in good financial standing so that they can have events right off the bat.
Yeah.
We want to make sure there's continuity for every position so that when the new council comes in, they're not trying to create their own rules, because that's like part of what we're doing is like, okay, how do we create our own rules? Like, what are we doing? We have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I
So-
can only, like I said at when we were in that other meeting, the round table,
Yes.
I was like, man, is
Round
this how
table.
the founding fathers felt in the hot sun and doing the
Oh,
whole
man.
spiel of the Constitution? I was like, man, I don't know how they did it, but they did it. But yeah, I know that's what you are doing now, and I have no doubt that it'll come out well, well communicated and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
we're
what
rewriting
is one like
Constitution.
thing that you've what is one thing that you love about being the secretary on the KMC First Four, and what is one thing that you've learned from being the secretary?
I think so. One thing that I love about it is that it gets me the experience to be at every meeting, and I have to put extra pressure on myself because I need to be at every meeting because I trust, myself to take notes, and it's imperative that I document everything that's happening to disseminate the information. Which also puts strain because I'm at every single meeting. I have not missed a single one. So I've had to
Kudos.
coordinate some leave and different things,
Yeah,
and it's
for
stressful.
sure.
And then something that you said I've learned.
Yeah, one thing that you
Love-
glad you joined and that
Yes.
you're learning from it that you're gonna apply to your job to whenever you go to your next base.
Yes. So I'm definitely, one thing I've learned and I'm going to apply for my next job and base is organizational skills and how to keep track of meetings. I bought a really cool new planner, and it's fantastic. It's like a 2-year planner, and it has month and days, and I've been using it for KMC First Four and like everything. And as secretary, I think it's really helped me because now I'm like, okay, we're having a meeting at this time, at this day, I've reserved this room, and I have like all of these tasks to do, and it's definitely helps me, and that's going to help me as a project manager one day too.
Yeah.
So it's good because sometimes my brain is a bit chaotic, and I think
Yeah.
everyone can relate, where they're like, how do I get organized? So I sat down, went on Amazon, bought a planner,
Yeah.
and I've been using it, and it's really helped.
So that's gonna, and I'm gonna be honest, like seriously, like for those statistically, for those who get a planner and actually use it and are committed to using it, and I'm talking about like consistently using it, like
Yes.
6 months down the line, if you're consistently using it, then whatever you're doing or achieving, like it's working, it's moving, because I know a few people who've done that whenever we got out of high school, and they were doing that in college.
Dang.
And I mean, they're out of college, they did their internship, they got a job, they moved out the house, and they're they're moving with their lives right now. So it's
Epitome
like,
of success. Yep.
yeah, so like having a planner is probably one big tip to go if you're
Yes.
trying to do something or keep track. And like you
Yes.
said, like sometimes your brain could be moving
Mhm.
so fast that you don't even know what you're trying to do anymore. So
Exactly.
having a plan for the day, or even like planning for the next day, writing it down, you have something to work with. and whatnot.
Exactly. It's
And then
really
you have a good reason to
fantastic.
tell people no. You'd be like, no,
No, I have obligations.
something. Yeah.
You're like, I can't remember. Oh, yep, I wrote it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
So I think, like you said, it's fantastic, like resource. It's step one. Like if you really want, if you're struggling, if you keep forgetting like small tasks, I found that I just, write it down. And since
Yeah.
I'm writing it down, because like sometimes you'll get distracted, like you're at work and someone else comes up to you, like when you're in the middle of a thought, like if you
Yeah.
write it down, you can come back. But if you don't write it down, sometimes you're like, where'd that thought go? It's
Yeah, for
gone
sure.
forever. So it's definitely
Um,
helpful.
I know you could kind of like answer this question with something like you've already said, but for someone who's wanting to be in your position in the next cycle, what is the biggest advice that you can give them, and like what should they be prepared for?
So the biggest piece of advice I could give someone who wants to be, secretary for the KMC First Four is make sure that you have the ability and the schedule to commit, because it's a year-long commitment. And
Yeah.
you're going to have, a general meeting every month. You're going to have multiple exec meetings. You're going to have a lot of behind the scenes work. Just make sure, like, and that goes for all KMC First, for committee leads, for anyone. Just make sure your schedule, that you're willing and determined to go through with it, because, you know, following through is huge, and a lot of people don't.
And they're after work, so
yeah,
I
like
mean, you have kind of no excuse. Well, if you're like on a regular work schedule, you know, like the morning regular shifts, yeah, they're after work, so
that is true. You get a lot
I mean,
of
there's little to
volunteer
no
hours.
reason why you should miss it unless it's like very personal emergency stuff. But
yes, so they should definitely.
They're very
wanna
serious
do
too.
it. They are very serious meetings, but they're great. And learn a lot from them. And being a part of the KMC First Four, I've just met so many fantastic people. So if someone wants to be secretary, they know that they're going to be involved with an amazing council and committees. And all of our committee leads are staying on, and like hopefully you're staying on until.
I'll stay on. I don't mind.
Of course. So they'll get to meet you and work with you. And it's just a really fantastic like group of young leaders, which I'm so excited to be a part of. I really love it.
I mean, all learning together too, so
Exactly.
that's good.
We all learn from each other because everyone has different strengths and weaknesses and different backgrounds and experiences. So it's been really fun.
Well, you heard it here. If you're interested in being the secretary for the KMC First Four, you gotta hold on just a little bit. She's got some gas left in the tank, but try to get more involved with the KMC First Four. See if that's actually something that you really want to do. I know that, I mean, by the time this is uploaded, you're not going to be able to go to the August general meeting, but they have general meetings every second Thursday of the month. So I don't know the date for September, but you still have September and October to go to the general meetings, and then you can get involved, you know, hitting up anybody in the committees that you see at the general meetings, and then kind of see, you know, lead your own way. They're very open, you know, once you're a member, if you want to lead an event or come up with an idea, they got channels for that. They definitely hear you out. I pitched the podcast back in January, and that's what we're doing now. Let us, my team, be the living proof that you can apply yourself. So yeah, if you want to get involved, check out the general meetings that they host every second Thursday of the month.
That's true. So yeah, September 14th is the second Thursday.
See, she already knows. She probably took note of that. You know,
Oh,
it's already in the
gosh,
planner.
it's already
in the planner. So most of all that was unscripted for the first time. That was pretty cool. But now I don't want to forget some of these questions. So some of these are repeated questions. But you know, if you want to see your question featured on the podcast, be sure to drop it in the comment section. I know you may not you want to direct a question towards a certain somebody, and like you want to know who the guest is. But if you just want to ask like a general question for just anybody to answer, we can feature those. This is one of my favorite questions of all time that's been carried on for about like 7-8 episodes by now. Oh man, I didn't even say the episode number to this, man, now that I realize it. This is
12.
episode 12, right?
We're on 12, yes.
Yeah, 12. Man, 12, the big 12.
Ooh.
Bad.
Dozen.
Man, we're coming a
Hey,
long
we
way
come
now.
a
Hey,
long
we got to
way,
come up with
man.
seasons now.
Yeah,
This is
we
season
gotta.
1, episode 12. When's our season finale? 16? I think that's a good one.
I
That's
think
reasonable.
14 is going to be our season
All
finale.
right, we got that. We'll let Lester be the season finale. We'll see. Oh, dang, we got to see if he still comes on. Anyway, question. Picture yourself in a world where you never joined the military and you got to work your dream job. What would you be doing?
That is a great question. So my
Thank you.
dream job. Thank you. You came up with it yourself.
Yeah, that's my question.
Wow.
I didn't comment it, but you know.
I would actually love to be a park ranger. So I love national parks, and being that that's one of my tattoos. I think it would just be fantastic to wake up every day, not watch the sunrise. I'm not that type of person. I'm a sunset person. I don't like the mornings. Wake up, have a coffee on my wooden log cabin porch, look at the bear running through the fields, and
You're talking about like those towers that they have in the. I might be thinking like of a video game, Firewood.
You're thinking of something completely different, bro.
Oh no, it's something. Isn't there like a job like that where they're like in the tower and they stay there and they're just kind of forced, like it's their job to take care of the forest or whatever?
Not really. Park rangers take care of the people.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they're not actually taking care of the forest. Those
Okay.
are
I know that's a
forest
job though.
rangers.
I ain't
Yes,
crazy, bro.
that is true. Yes, park rangers it's a customer service and law enforcement job, so they get to talk to people a lot. And any job that I get to work with people, I love because
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert, so I
Yeah.
need to be around people
Yeah,
to
well,
flourish.
you're saying you're an extrovert, but when I asked you to be co-host, you were like,
No.
I'm not really good at
No,
talking.
no. It doesn't mean I like talking in front of a camera. I'm just
True.
like, there's not a camera there. There's
Yeah,
not a camera
man,
there.
there's like 72 people out,
Oh,
on the other side.
gosh. Yes,
Um,
don't remind me.
yeah. Well, that's cool. What kind of inspired that? Just like because you just like national parks and
Yeah, so actually, when I grew up, my family would take cross-country camping trips a lot. So we would hit different national parks. And I just loved it from a young age. I would always see, like, the park rangers and talk to
walking
them.
all cool.
Yes, walking
Yeah,
all cool
exact-
with their hat on and
Yeah.
their khakis.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was awesome.
I remember my first experience with a park ranger was when I was living in Texas after Katrina, and we went on like a school field trip, and it's like the hat and the green and yada
Yes.
yada,
It's
and like it was this guy, he had this spider just crawling on his hand, and he was showing all the kids, and I was sitting there and I was like freaked out because at the time I had like huge arachnophobia, but I thought it was so
As is
cool that he
normal.
was doing that, and I was like that looks like a dream job. Like
Yes,
yeah.
it
Yeah.
takes a special type of person.
Yeah,
Probably
for
one of
sure.
those tarantulas.
That is a pretty cool dream job, honestly. I like how unique it is too. Like, I mean, you don't hear your own like I want to be an astronaut type of president or you know what I'm saying, like
Oh, gosh.
firefighter.
No, I
Not
wanna
that there's
work with-
anything wrong with
yes.
that, but it's kind of cool to see a unique perspective of a dream job.
That is true. It's unique to me because I'm someone that I love the outdoors.
Yeah.
Like if I'm ever stressed, I go straight to hiking in the mountains or rock climbing or anything. So definitely.
Is there any advice you were given from an older person when you were younger that you didn't take that you wish you did? If so, what was it?
Okay. Any advice that I was given
When you were younger,
when I was
from
younger
an older person.
that I didn't take?
Yeah, that you didn't take. You were like, man, look, this old geezer, he don't know what he's talking about. That's pretty much how he
Oh,
acted.
man.
At least I did. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Now fast forward, I'm like, dang, he did know.
That's hard. I think, actually, in my senior year of high school, I was given really great advice to buy a house, like immediately. So it was from my economics teacher. And we went through an entire program, which was fantastic because it was like real life. It wasn't just one of
Yeah.
those classes where you're learning things that are never applicable.
Yeah.
And he was like, the biggest piece of advice I can do is like buy a house as soon as you can, because he said you get return on investment. It's, it is an investment to your money.
Yeah.
And he said, so when you're going to school, like college or wherever, buy the house. And so I'm waiting for the market to go back down to where it's more of a buyer's market, because right
Yeah.
now it's, a seller's market.
Yeah.
And use one of the Air Force loans to put down a great down payment for a mortgage, and then hopefully rent it, because that's what he's saying. Like, even if you're not living in that house, it's a great way to
Have
make
that
money.
extra income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like rental property.
I know a lot of
managers.
people are interested in that. It's just
Yes.
taking that first step
Yes.
of like, yeah, you know the gist of it, but how easy is it? You
Yes,
know?
and it's not easy, but there are the resources.
Yeah.
And there's so many people who are willing to help if you talk. But so I'm just like, browsing the housing market. I'm like, okay. Because I've talked to so many military members and they're like, yeah, I own 2 houses. And I'm like, what? But they're like, I rent them. So
Yeah.
they could be really cool. But I got that advice when I was a senior, which is crazy. So it was almost 10 years ago. So still
10
think
years
about it.
ago?
Yeah, it was 10 years ago.
How old are you?
25. So I got it
25?
when I was 15.
When you were
16.
senior?
Yes. So I was 16.
You graduated when you were 16?
I did.
Dang.
Yes.
So-
I'm sitting here like trying to do the math in my head. I'm
I
like,
skipped.
I
a
was like, I was
grade.
expecting like you to say like 28 right
Oh
there.
my
And I was like,
gosh. No, I skipped 7th grade actually. So
just big brain.
something like that.
Turn up. All right. Dang, no one says turn up anymore. Freaking. Anyway, last question. What's your most memorable moment in your entire life?
There's so many of them.
Just one that just came right into your head right now.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. The first thing that came up into my head was a moment from when I was 10 and on a Disney cruise. And we got to tour Jack Sparrow's ship that Pirates of the Caribbean was.
All right, we're back. I don't know why that keeps happening, but shout out Marcy, our tech guy. It's not his fault that he does it, but it's a good job that he catches it. Because I don't think we missed a lot of conversation, but you were talking about
Oh yes, the
Jack
most
Sparrow.
memorable experience.
That's the best pirate. To be
Yes,
honest, yeah.
absolutely. I love Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney. It just makes me so happy. It's not one of those thrill rides, but it's like fully immersive, and you just feel like you're a pirate.
Forgive us, everyone. Yeah, that's all I can really say.
Forgive us, please.
But let's get on with the story. Hopefully that doesn't happen anymore.
Yes, so the Pirates of the Caribbean story. Also, random plug-in point. If you haven't been to Disneyland Paris, they have an amazing Pirates of the Caribbean ride that's different than the States.
Yeah.
It's like a longer waterfall. It's more of a thrill ride. It's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I love theme parks for sure.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
Have
you been to, what is it called, Europa Park?
I haven't.
Europa Park is
I want
really
to go.
cheap. Yeah, it's like an hour.
I mean,
and a half
it was
away.
on fire last time. Yeah,
On
it was
fire?
on fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, something caught on fire.
Oh,
I don't think it was
shoot.
a ride or anything. It was like, I don't know. It was nearby, and so like it was being posted wherever on like the spouse's page or whatever and stuff like that.
Scary.
But Marcy, let's go ahead and get ready for our funny little skit today. We're not gonna make you like. In fact, you got the music ready, because you gotta interpret TikTok dances. So you gotta like watch the dance, and then you gotta.
Oh no!
So you signed up for
I
this.
can't do this. I did not sign up for this.
All right, you ready? We're
Okay.
turning it so you can.
To watch it. Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I remember me and my friend used to do this. It wasn't TikTok.
Okay, just kidding. So you know Wordle, right?
Prank. I don't. I've never played Wordle.
Okay, so New York Times does it like one word a day, but this is not New York Times. This is another website where you can play unlimited. So we're gonna do 3 words. What happens is you have to do a 5-letter word,
Okay.
and then the yellow means you got the correct letter, but it's in the wrong position. And if it goes gray, then that means it's not on that list at all, that letter. And if it's green, that's where the letter goes.
To be. Okay.
So you got to get 2 words out of the 3. So let's get started. 5-letter word. I hope you can see. I don't. Don't forget to talk in the mic.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Just gonna talk to myself for a second as I try to think of a 5-letter word.
You know what we need, Marcy? The little soundboard.
That would be really, we gotta add that in there.
Freak it. What's the timestamp on that? I'll go ahead and insert it.
Hour.
Nice.
Okay, so first word.
The first word, just throw one out there. You got
Point.
what, 7
Point.
chances?
P-O-I-N-T.
Point. All right, so you got the
I
I.
got an I.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
So
now there's an I in the middle of the word.
so you can think of another one that has I in the middle, or you can just say another word just to find out different like vowels or something like that.
That is a good idea.
At least on the first few tries, you can do that for sure.
Oh my gosh. Always thinking of words on the spot is so hard. And I
You
play
got
a
this.
game called Wordsy every day. And every single day I have to cheat because I can never figure out the words.
Yeah.
Let's see. F-R... Like, I know words, I swear. Okay, we'll do cared. C-A-R-E-D. Okay, so it got me 1 letter.
Yeah. So you have C blank I blank blank. Yeah, Marcy thinking in the background too.
H-I-M-S. Whims.
Say that again.
W-H-I-M-S.
Ooh.
So now I'm down to C-H-I.
C-H-I. That's, I mean, you're getting there. You got 3 chances.
Okay, so and it doesn't end with an S.
Okay,
which is
so
weird.
like those dark gray ones, those are like
Not in at all.
Yeah, those are not in at all.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, see if you figured out before
Yo,
me.
what about chill?
No, I think I have it.
What about chill?
You want to try it? Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
go.
if you're willing
Yeah.
to use it on me, okay,
I'm
chill.
willing, yeah. CHILL. Imagine.
Oh,
Wait,
child.
chili.
Oh wait, it can't be.
C.
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
no, there's
No, it could be.
E.
It could be. It could be chili.
Yeah, CHILI.
Oh man, here we go.
I.
Chili's. Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, good teamwork.
Nice.
Chill, and then
You gotta get one more. Let's go.
we have to get another one. I thought I
Yeah.
just had to get. Oh,
Duh, best 2 out of 3.
oh gosh, dang it.
Yeah, so if you get this, you're good.
Ooh. Okay.
You can honestly maybe start off with the same word or.
START. Okay, we'll do start first.
Oh my! What if it all green?
That's crazy.
Wouldn't that be funny? The first
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, I'd walk off the podcast.
Okay. STOPS. So stops. I want to see if there's an S at the end. Nope, there's
No.
not.
Stoinks.
Too many letters. ST. Okay, that's weird. STE. Oh gosh, I was gonna say
Steed?
steel.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
steel?
maybe steed because
I don't
there's
even
no
know if Steed's the
A.
answer.
STEED. Let's see.
Steed.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh. Okay, now we know there's no E. ST. There's only 2 vowels left. Okay, let's do STILL.
Still?
Yeah.
Like as in ILL? Yeah.
Yeah. What? STI.
What the heck?
I don't know any words that start with
STI.
There's no P.
Can a letter be used twice? So could it?
Yeah.
be
It
stint?
could.
Like STINT.
NT?
STIN.
No, because
The T is.
yeah, the T.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, the T is already
Let
there.
me see.
S.
I
Wait, did
You
you
got
get
it? No shot.
think I got it.
You want to
Three.
help?
No.
No. Thanks.
I don't know.
STI.
I can't help you.
Did you get it too? Oh
No.
no. Gosh dang it. Will you give me like one other letter?
Try K. Somewhere.
K?
Yeah, somewhere.
Stike. I'm just kidding. That's not a word.
What?
What? Stick. Stick. STICK.
Oh.
What?
Sneak.
Oh.
What?
What?
That's crazy.
Okay. I think I might need everyone's
Oh, this
help.
is the last. This is the
Yeah,
last.
this is the
one.
last chance.
What
Okay.
word even?
Stink. STINK.
Oh.
Okay, fingers
she
crossed
got
because
it.
we only have
you
one.
definitely got it. That's
If it's
definitely
not
it.
that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Nice. So we don't have a physical prize for you, but as you know, we give gifts to our guests on a, kind of what we think they would appreciate. So in some time, we're gonna get you a 1-hour rock climbing pass at the outdoor rec.
Whoa, thank
Yeah.
you. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
So I didn't really check if they have like a little gift card for that, but we'll definitely at some point get you
Yeah,
that.
they have a day
Sorry we don't
pass.
physically give you the gift, but
I appreciate that.
other than that, Cassie, I believe we're coming
Yes.
to a close on this episode. So if you have any closing remarks for me, to the team, anybody watching, now's the time.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you so much for having me on this podcast.
Mm.
And before we go, I would absolutely love to share my life motto for everyone watching. If you've watched this far, you might as well. This is
Yeah,
the best
shout out.
piece of wisdom.
Yeah.
So this is actually my Instagram bio quote, and it's something I live by. But it goes, "It's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." And that's what I live by. That's why I love the adventures. That's why I love the traveling, because
Yeah.
I know, like, you're never guaranteed to see tomorrow. You're guaranteed, today in this moment. So definitely, life is a one-time offer. Use it
Yeah.
well. So
That's
hope-
bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For short, YOLO.
YOLO.
No, I'm just
Yes.
kidding. No, I didn't mean to take anything away. I'm sorry.
But it is true.
That's a
But
pretty
like I
powerful
said,
quote.
thank you, Cassie. We really appreciate having you here, and we can't wait to see the other members of the first four on this podcast. That's what we're planning for. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. This is episode 12 of After Duty Hours. We really do appreciate you being here, and next time we'll see you. Peace.